Hey guys, this week for Weapons Wednesday, we're going to take a look at some of our newest knives and test them out on this guy. But before we begin, if you could just like this video and subscribe to our channel, that would be awesome. So we're going to try something a little bit different this week. I had Amanda go back to the warehouse and she grabbed some of our newest knives for me to test out. And we went ahead and took the Wing Chun dummy and dressed him up as this crazy horror movie character with some urban ninja armor underneath so we can practice some slashing and some stabbing to see how effective these knives are. Now, as usual, all the links to these products are in the description for the video. So without further ado, Amanda, hand me the first item.
There you go.
Awesome. Okay. This is called the Modern Tactical Tanto. It's pretty nice. Upon first glance, I first off really liked that Kydex sheath. That's nice. And then it's got the belt clip on there. So let's take a look at this. So Kydex sheath, the belt clip is a little bit different than our normal belt clips. It looks like it's one of the styles where we have to kind of pull this down and then squeeze on here, and then it opens for the belt clip. So that's kind of cool, just a little bit different than our other belt clips. And then let's look at the knife. Oh wow, that is sweet. This is a 1065 manganese steel, which manganese steel is known for being just a little bit harder and less brittle than some of the other steels that knives are made from. And if we look at it, what's so cool is we can actually see that there's an authentic hamon line on the steel, which is kind of rare when it comes to knives. You don't see that very often. Let's look at this also. Oh wow, that's pretty cool. So you can see it's a Tanto knife, and on the top of this Tanto, it's got a sharpened swedge. So usually these things are kind of dull, but they actually sharpened it up top, which is pretty sweet. I like that. That means it's going to be really good for stabbing. I think that's pretty awesome. Let's see, what else do we have to say about it? It's definitely Full-Tang. We can see that going through the handle right there. And then also look at that on the butt of the knife. We've got that hole where we could add a wrist strap. Also, that's kind of a pointed piece of steel, so we could use that as a glass breaker or even for like offensive techniques. So that's pretty cool. Oh, we got a thumb grooves up here for control. So yeah, I get pretty good control on that knife. It actually feels pretty comfortable. The weight is nice. The weight is approximately 14.5 ounces, so pretty good weight on that. It's also got this hand guard on there, which is kind of cool. I mean, overall, it's a really unique looking knife. I think that looks really awesome. I especially like the blade. And then as far as sharpness goes, yeah, oh wow. Wow, that's really sharp. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. See, is there anything else I need to tell you about it? I mean, I guess if we look at it, look how thick that steel is. That's a really thick piece of steel, so that's pretty awesome. That's not going to break on you easily. The overall length is 12.5 inches, and the blade length is 7.5 inches. But I think you guys just want to see how this thing slices, which I do too. I mean, it's pretty cool. So let's try, actually I'm going to zip this up first, and here's the armor right there, and then behind the armor we've got wood from the Wing Chun dummy. So I'm just going to zip that up, and what I want to try is I want to see how well this slices first, and then we're going to stab. So let's just give it a slice first. So yeah, we can see it sliced pretty nicely right there. So that's pretty good. And that's the nice thing about 1065 manganese steel too, is that it doesn't lose its edge very easily, so it still looks great. And then let's actually try stabbing right into, we can see that's the armor right there, so let's see how that feels. Yeah, so that just stabbed through really nicely. I can feel the wood behind it. Here, I'm actually going to unzip this and just see. Yeah, so it went right through there just fine. I knew that wouldn't be a problem at all, because if you look at that tip is just amazing. I think that is such a sweet tip. So Yeah, pretty awesome. I can't think of anything else to really tell you about this, but I'm totally digging this knife. I think it's pretty awesome. The weight is great. The rubberized handle is awesome. Like, it just feels so comfortable. I like that. And it's also kind of a non-slip handle. So as far as comfort goes, that's pretty awesome. But yeah, so let's go ahead and put this guy away and move on to something else. All right, Amanda, what's next? Cool, cool. Grab a box cutter. All right, let's see what this guy is. Okay, the Combat Claw Karambit. Let's take a look at this guy. I love Karambits. I just think they're so cool. Oh wow, that's that's awesome. Okay, so first off, again, we've got another Kydex sheath, which I really like Kydex. I think it's so cool. And then we got the belt clip on here. But this is the more typical belt clip that I'm used to, where it's kind of got the lock up here, and then you kind of push it down, and then it flips open so you can connect it to your belt. So I think that's more common nowadays for what I see. But this is a really nice Kydex sheath. I actually like that a lot. I think it's really, really nice looking. And then this Karambit, let's take a look at that. Look at that. That is cool. I like that a lot. So yeah, let's take a close look at this. First off, the first thing I notice is that it's got this kind of hammer pattern on the blade and on the ring pommel of the knife. I think that's really cool. So that's like a hammered steel pattern, which is pretty awesome. The blade is made out of a 440 stainless steel, which is good in the respect that it's not going to corrode or rust easy on you. So I really like that aspect of it. It looks like the handle is made out of micarta, which you see sometimes nowadays. I actually really like the micarta material. I think it's really, really good. It's solid and it gives a really nice grip. So as far as comfort goes, this is one of the most comfortable Karambits we have. This is actually super comfortable, fits my hand just perfectly. It's got these little thumb notches up on the ring pommel, so that's pretty nice. So I've got really good control of that. It's also got the sawback on the back of the blade, which that's pretty cool. You don't see that very often on Karambits, so I think that's a unique little feature that's pretty awesome. Look how thick this is, and obviously that's Full-Tang, but look how thick that steel is. That's really, really nice. I like that. Let's see, anything else to tell you about it? Has an overall length of 7 inches. The blade length is about approximately 3 inches, and it weighs approximately 5.5 ounces. So as far as weight goes, that is super comfortable. Yeah, I like that a lot. It's actually one of the most comfortable Karambits we have. I mean, we've got a couple of neck knives that I just really like because they're so light, but as far as like a functional Karambit goes, I actually super like this one. So this is awesome. But let's try slashing this guy first. I don't know if I'm at a good angle right now, but I want to kind of hit him to this side over here where this little armor is here. So we'll slash first. So yeah, you can see I just gut the guy, and it went right through the zipper, and it went right through the Urban Ninja armor, which is pretty awesome. So that's, I mean, that's a pretty deep slash. So I'm super digging that. As far as a stab goes, yeah, just went right in. I mean, this is an awesome Karambit. I'm super into this thing. I think it's awesome. This is one I would actually use just because it's so comfortable in my hand. I could see getting your techniques down really well with it. And as far as control goes, that's like the perfect amount of control. I just love that. So yeah, anyway, let's go ahead and put that away and move on to the next item. Awesome. Good choice, Amanda. All right, what do we got next?
There you go.
Cool. Okay, what do we have here? The Full-Tang Samurai Tanto. Oh wow, that's cool. So look at that. It's kind of like a box, almost like a display box when you first open it. It's pretty sweet. Okay, look at that. That is awesome. You know, it kind of looks like a Shirasaya sword. Like if we look at it, oh wow, look at that. And a nice Tanto blade. That is a 440 stainless steel blade, which is all right. I mean, it's corrosion resistant, so I do like that about it. And then look how thick that blade is too. Like, it's obviously Full-Tang, goes all the way through the handle. I love that. I guess what I like the most about this is it's like kind of like a modern Japanese style shirasaya like knife, which is pretty awesome. And then if we look at the saya right here, you can see that it's got this kind of rubber seal on the inside, which what's nice about that is that it's not going to fall off. You know, like if they didn't have that rubber seal there, I could see the saya actually just falling off the knife. So that's kind of cool. And then if we look, we've got the thumb grooves up here, which is actually super important because when you're pulling out this knife, you need to know which side the blade is at. So if you've got the thumb grooves up here, we obviously have the blade there. So that's pretty awesome. So one downside to this is that when you're putting it back in the saya, if it's not the right way, it doesn't go in all the way. So there's no way to know like what the right way is to put it into the saya. So I guess if I was to buy something like this, I'd probably mark somewhere on this so I'd know which way it was, like maybe put a couple notches in it or something, if I was gonna have it be a functional blade. If it's just for display or for collecting purposes, then I'd probably leave it alone because it just looks so sleek and so nice. I absolutely love the look of that. I don't know what type of wood this is. It actually, like, if I were to guess, it looks like a mahogany or a walnut or something, but I honestly couldn't tell you. It looks like it's just stained beautifully. So I love the look of the wood. Let's see, is there anything else to tell you about it? It is an overall length of approximately 10 inches, a blade length of approximately 5.5 inches, and it weighs approximately 10 ounces. So yeah, really awesome. I mean, for collectors, I can see just loving this thing. Yeah, it reminds me of a shirasaya in the respect that you don't have a hand guard at all, you know, and it just looks like a beautiful piece of art. So let's test it out on this guy, see how well it slices first. The blade is fairly sharp. Not as sharp as the last two, but yeah. All right, so let's try a slash first, just kind of right here. Yeah, so you can see it slash, but it's not as effective as a slasher as the last knife at all. And then we've got the armor right there, so let's just stab into that. And yeah, I mean it's stabbed in, but not as strong as the last two knives. So I mean, pretty decent. I mean, for a collecting knife, I think this is awesome. But as far as like a functional blade, I'm not that into it. But still, a really cool knife for someone who's looking for something just a little bit different, especially for like a gift. I could see this being an awesome gift for an instructor or something. So, yeah. But anyway, let's go ahead and put that away and find something else. All right, Amanda, what's next? Okay. What do we have here? Okay, we've got the Stealth Stinger knife. Oh, this is awesome. Wow. I am super digging this. Wow. Oh, this is so cool. I love this. Okay, so first off, let's just look at the sheath. That's pretty awesome. Just so tiny. I guess that's what I like the most about it is it's just so tiny. Hook on the belt clip. Yeah, I love that. That is so cool. And then the blade just kind of like comes out like that. It's like the snap type that goes in the sheath. So pretty awesome. This sheath looks like it's made out of some sort of molded nylon, which is pretty awesome. I love unique looking sheaths. But what I'm really into is this blade. I think this is so unique and so cool. I absolutely love this. It reminds me of a Karambit a little bit. I mean, it's got that kind of Karambit style ring for the pommel, which is awesome. Ooh, wow. Wow, this is going to have incredible control. I love this. I absolutely love this. So it only weighs about 2 ounces, so super light. And then if we just look at it, like it's got these beveled edges right here that are just perfect for your fingers. So I could just stick my hand in and then the beveling is just absolutely perfect for getting a good grip on this thing. Yeah, I could see this being like an extremely effective knife. Let's look at this. The blade is super sharp. The tip is sharp. Oh, and it's got, okay, so this is kind of cool too. So if we look at the top of it, we've got a false edge up here, which is pretty common. But I personally, if I were to buy this, I would probably sharpen that edge and just make it all sharp. I think that would be so awesome. Let's see, what else do we have? It's made out of one solid piece of 3CR stainless steel with a black finish, which I love that black finish. That just looks so cool and so sleek. I just love that. Let's see, anything else? It has an overall length of about 7¼ inches with a blade length of approximately 3½ inches. And I just want to test this out. I think this is so nice. Oh wow, that is super comfortable. I love this knife. I think this is one of my new favorite knives. I love this thing. So yeah, so I guess I'm going to slash like that, see how well it slashes first. Not great. I mean, we slashed there. That was decent. I'm going to try hitting it again, just a little bit different angle. So yeah, I mean, it's slashed. It wasn't a wonderful slash. I would probably sharpen that a little bit more, but for a knife this size, that's not bad. If I were to do a stab like this, so I have a feeling it'd be incredibly effective. So we've got armor right here. Oh geez, yeah, that just went right through into the wood. Yeah, because that blade is so well pointed, that just went in just beautifully. So as far as like a stabbing knife goes, that is awesome. As far as slashing goes, I'm not impressed, but as far as stabbing, that is wonderful. So I'm super into this thing. Such a cool knife. I think it's awesome. Let's go ahead and put that away and let's move on to the next one.
There you go.
Okay, thank you, Amanda. All right, what do we have here? Ooh, that's nice. I like that. Okay, so this is called the Full-Tang Tactical Knife. Ooh, I like this. You know, this reminds me of, we've got a couple of swords that we sell that are almost identical to this. So yeah, this is awesome. This is that same type of style. I love that. So upon first glance, the sheath is all right. It's not my favorite sheath in the world. I mean, I kind of like the olive green thing. That's kind of cool, but it just feels like, you know, just kind of, yeah, it's a nylon sheath. Just feels a little bit flimsy. So I guess if I were to buy this, I would hook it on my belt and then I would use these two little grommets down there to wrap around my leg, I think, and then that would be pretty comfortable. It's got a pocket here. And there's nothing in the pocket, so I guess if I were to have a pocket there, I'd probably put a little pocket knife in there or a sharpening stone is probably what I would do. Not really sure why there's a pocket. And then let's just take a look at the knife. Oh wow, that is super nice. I like that. So first off, look how thick that steel is. Obviously Full-Tang goes all the way through the handle, but that is a super thick steel. Oh, it's got a great weight to it too. Comfortable, pretty well balanced. It's a 1045 carbon steel, which I really like. I think that's pretty awesome. Oh, super sharp. Wow, this might be the sharpest one we've seen yet. I can't imagine the type of momentum you could get behind this thing because it weighs 1 pound 2 ounces. So that's pretty heavy. But I just love that. I think that is so nice. Okay, so it's got this textured ABS plastic handle, which I absolutely love that. We're seeing it a lot more on some of the more tactical style knives and swords nowadays, and it just is so comfortable, and that's gonna be very weather resistant, so I really love that. It's got this hand guard on there that's really nice. I like having that. We've got a wrist strap down here, which I think would come in really handy. I think that's pretty awesome. Let's see. It is approximately 15 inches with an overall blade length of 9 inches. And let's see. Yeah, nothing else to really tell you about it. That's awesome. I love this knife. But let's go ahead and test it out. Let's see how well this thing slices. I think it's going to slice really well personally because it's just got a nice blade to it. So yeah, we can see it just sliced right, that whole thing. Let's slice him up a little bit more. So yeah, it's just slicing like nothing. So that's pretty awesome. But let's stab him too. Okay, so we've got a good pad right there. Actually, you can't really see from that angle, so I'll do it from this side. But with that blade, I think this is, oh yeah, that just went through like nothing. That's perfect. Yeah, awesome, awesome knife. I'm super into this. But if you have any questions on any of these products that I've shown off today, definitely leave them in the comments below. Make sure you check out KarateMart.com because we've got all sorts of new knives and swords and weapons we've just added to it. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to our channel. But until next week, we'll see you Weapons Wednesday.